Hi guys, welcome to our show. In this video, we're going to share a few phrases and statements that will help you to speak English like native speakers or fluent speakers with advanced English vocabulary which may help you to score band 9 in the IELTS exam. Our first word is apprehend.
Apprehend somebody to catch someone and arrest them. Apprehend something to understand or recognize something.
Are you sure that the police will apprehend the miscreant soon?
We are really slow to apprehend the danger.
Hey, how can you even sleep here knowing she's living in your backyard?
Because I can't apprehend the situation or her criminal mentality. I think we should hand over all the evidence to the police.
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce in or to something to accept something without arguing, even if you do not really agree with it.
Her parents will never acquiesce in the decision of a night out.
Though he thought otherwise, he had to acquiesce in plans made by seniors.
Oh my god, the girl is dealing with a jealous teammate. Why is the coach not observing this and doing anything for her?
He had to acquiesce in director's decision despite his private opinion.
The next word is apprentice.
A young person who works for an employer for a fixed period of time in order to learn the particular skills needed in their job.
She worked as an apprentice beautician for 1 year.
When I finish school, I am hoping to land a summer job as an apprentice electrician in our area.
What's your plan after graduation? My suggestion, you can work as an apprentice technician in the engineering college.
Yeah, my plans are similar to that. Hope everything goes well and I can join there.
Now the word we're going to talk about is avenue.
Used in street, a wide street in a town or city, a wide straight road with trees on both sides, especially one leading to a big house. A choice or way of making progress towards something.
They need to explore every possible avenue if they really want to make a good film.
You can find her house along the avenue.
There was only one open avenue for me at that moment.
Why hasn't she reached till now?
Are you even sure that Rita got the message about the correct avenue?
Believe me, I sent very minute detail about the area to her.
Belligerent.
Aggressive and unfriendly. Of a country fighting a war.
Too much of medicines made him indiscreet, belligerent, and sharp-tongued.
The diplomats helped bring peace between two belligerent countries.
They're adopting the poor child for better education.
Yeah, a belligerent person published all wrong things about the family.
Whatever it is, but they're doing a great job. Brusque.
Using very few words and sounding rude.
His assistant was a little brusque on the phone.
The teacher is always kind with us beneath his brusque exterior.
You're doing a mighty foolish thing. A risky thing, that's what I believe.
Going with him is not risky at all, but of course, in public he appears brusque.
That's the reason of my worries. Breakthrough.
An important development that may lead to an agreement or achievement.
The new project represents a major breakthrough for his business.
Doctors are on the brink of a breakthrough in the fight against pandemic.
Abby was just 16 when she got her breakthrough as a pop singer.
Yeah, true. I love her songs.
She's going to perform in the most popular musical band. Correlate.
If two or more facts, figures, etc. correlate, or if a fact, figure, etc. correlates with another, the facts are closely connected and affect or depend on each other.
Try to correlate your knowledge of physics and maths to complete the school project.
Science teacher said mutations must correlate to produce an advantage for any organism.
This school's a little smaller than the one on your last job. Might be harder to blend in.
I have made many attempts to correlate the results of the analysis of schools, but there is yet much to be learned.
Confound.
Confound somebody to confuse and surprise someone. Confound somebody or something to prove someone or something wrong.
The sudden rise in share prices has confounded country stock market analysts.
She should not confound right and wrong and incriminate him without understanding the context.
Hey girl, what's with all those cell zombies?
They must be watching my Facebook photos.
Oh dear, stand back. I'm trending. I think we just confound them in a matter of fashion. Coerce.
To force somebody to do something by using threats.
I'm just concerned they should not coerce him to sign a settlement.
You hadn't coerced him in any way, so stop bothering.
I can't believe the scientist is coming here tomorrow.
I want to pick his brain about his spacecraft's orbital velocity.
In that situation, you have to coerce him to hand over his brain to captivate.
To keep somebody's attention by being interesting, attractive, etc.
People were captivated by her speech.
The actor has captivated the world with his charm.
All our schoolgirls were captivated by the story of Frozen 2.
Yeah, I must admit, I like the movie very much. I just made a really bad impression about the movie at the beginning, but at the end, totally engrossed.
Cumulative.
Having a result that increases in strength or importance each time more of something is added, including all the amounts that have been added previously.
Simple pleasures have cumulative effect on our mood.
Then there are accidents with cumulative effects, small and large.
You know that new student we found at school whose name is Arya? I did a research on every social media site. I couldn't find a single detail about that girl.
Why are you still searching for information about her? Learn about anything that is a cumulative process. Slowly you will learn everything about her.
Diligent.
Showing care and effort in your work or duties.
His research got succeeded after years of diligent hard work.
She made a diligent attempt to learn French.
Hats off to our new diligent students who made this annual event a grand success.
That's very true. All our college students are really very enthusiastic.
I was completely mesmerized by the dance performance. Destitution.
The fact of having no money, food, and the other things necessary for life.
His drinking habit led his family to a life of destitution.
As per the story, the catastrophic natural disaster is the cause of terrible destitution and misery. I put the horse in the field because he was going crazy in his stable.
Yeah, oh thanks, Stephen. He reached on time to control the horse.
Right. Do you know something about him? Even though he grew up in a destitute family, it didn't stop him from attending a medical college. Deteriorate.
To become worse.
The child has to cope with deteriorating health condition. Anything made of leather can deteriorate in monsoon season if you keep it out in damp condition.
Just because you can't get proper internet connection doesn't mean you go off and disappear.
Don't worry, I was just standing near those buildings.
Those buildings, those are of late 1950s and left to deteriorate. Please don't go there. Discriminate.
Intransitive, transitive. To recognize that there is a difference between people or things. To show a difference between people or things. Intransitive. To treat one person or group worse or better than another in an unfair way.
It is illegal to discriminate on the ground of race, gender, or financial condition, even on the basis of religion.
Why my brother is unable to discriminate voices? He is 3 years old.
Look sis, we got guests up at the house.
Yeah, the woman and her daughter who helped our dad in the market. They said to dad, the lady experienced gender discrimination in her job.
Embody.
To express or represent an idea or quality. Formal. To include or contain something.
His writings embody thoughts and feelings of the people.
The annual sports opening speech is supposed to embody the spirit of our school.
I don't like to spend time with her because she embodies everything I hate, like dishonesty and telling lies all the time.
She shows that she hates to be a party pooper, but she always spoils our special enjoyment.
I don't understand her mind at all. Encroach.
Intransitive. Encroach. On or upon something. Disapproving. To begin to affect or use up too much of somebody's time, rights, personal life, etc. Intransitive. Encroach. On or upon something. To slowly begin to cover more and more of an area.
I never allow office work to encroach upon my family life.
The growing industrial area will encroach on the surrounding countryside.
I guess if you're not feeling well, of course, we'll go home.
No need. Gradually, the positive feelings encroached into my mind. So we can continue our family day, and I do feel well enough for it.
Empathy.
The ability to understand another person's feelings, experience, etc.
The empathy between the two teenage girls is obvious.
The doctor had great empathy with people at the time of pandemic. Her mom's mad because she took their life savings and bought a fleet of SUVs for travel agency.
Yeah, and she barely knows how to drive. I felt real empathy for her mother. Exacerbate.
Exacerbate something to make something worse, especially a disease or problem.
The recession has exacerbated the financial condition.
The situation is greatly exacerbated by poor disaster recovery planning.
He looked at some security footage and it turns out you win the game.
Great. I thought the problem about the winner is exacerbated by the public.
But good that everything got sorted out. Federation.
Countable. A country consisting of a group of individual states that have control over their own affairs but are controlled by a central government for national decisions, etc. Countable. A group of clubs, trade unions, etc. that have joined together to form an organization.
The United States is a federation of 50 individual states.
Our chess federation was constituted in 2001. The coach urged them to remain within the federation.
I personally felt he did the right thing.
We need to attend our board meetings and make our voice heard.
Fortify.
Fortify somebody or yourself against somebody or something to make somebody or yourself feel stronger, braver, etc. Fortify something against somebody or something to make a place more able to resist attack, especially by building high walls.
The government will fortify the coastal areas.
I can offer you a cup of cappuccino to fortify you against your dullness. I feel like our company is facing some financial crisis.
Yeah, we need to fortify the resources of our monetary fund.
Right, that's a good idea.
Fusion.
Uncountable singular fusion of A and B, the process or result of joining two or more things together to form one.
Her work is a fusion of modern and traditional wear.
As our college project, we can build a fusion reactor. The teacher explained everything about nuclear fusion, but most of it went over my head.
Yeah, that's a tough topic to grasp easily, but not to worry, Google is there for us. Flabbergasted.
Extremely surprised and or shocked.
I was flabbergasted by the news that her parents would split up.
All ad agencies were flabbergasted at the movie's extraordinary success.
You're overreacting on those messages. I can't control what my friend sent me.
But she was responding to a text you sent. I'm flabbergasted to discover that you facing trouble in music class.
Foster.
Transitive. Foster something. To encourage something to develop. Transitive, intransitive. Foster somebody, especially British English. To take another person's child into your home for a period of time without becoming his or her legal parents.
The NGO's vision is to foster better relations within the society.
They couldn't adopt the child, so they decided to foster.
The captain of our cricket team did his best to foster a sense of unity among the team members.
Yes, he was a very good leader.
We won many matches under his captaincy. Gratify.
Formal. To please or satisfy somebody, gratify something. Formal. To satisfy a wish, need, etc.
This demo can gratify the need of analyzing the software.
He donated such a big sum of money to gratify her wish.
Hey sis, what are you doing at home?
There was some commotion at the office. I just couldn't concentrate.
Really, what was that? Please explain to gratify my curiosity. Gerrymandering.
The act of changing the size and borders of an area for voting in order to give an unfair advantage to one party in an election.
The report that the boundaries were not gerrymandered is accepted by the analyst.
Even the districts can be gerrymandered to benefit a political party. The social worker argued that the given guidelines also made it difficult to gerrymander district borders.
Dad said in his office they received some type of anonymous threat against the social worker.
Everyone should follow the law, that's what I think.
Gratuitous.
Done without any good reason or purpose and often having harmful effects.
The gratuitous killing of marine animals must be stopped.
His gratuitous promises cannot be enforced at law. I don't get it how she forfeited her position by various gratuitous and irrelevant remarks.
She is an expert in making up the stories.
Yeah, no one can compete with her in that area.
Gorge.
A deep, narrow valley with steep sides. Gorge yourself on something. To eat a lot of something until you are too full to eat anymore.
It's so beautiful here to see the water rush through the gorge.
The sight of so many patients who are suffering a lot made his gorge rise.
Why are you standing right on the brink of the gorge?
To click a beautiful picture.
No more pictures, please. It's time to go home. Hypocrisy.
Behavior that does not meet the moral standards or match the opinions that somebody claims to have.
Her hypocrisy makes us totally sick.
The company's promises turned out to be full of hypocrisy.
In this office, one room is for him and another for all of us.
It's sheer hypocrisy. You need to stand against it.
Hustle.
Transitive. Hustle somebody plus adverb or preposition to make somebody move quickly by pushing them in a rough, aggressive way. Transitive. Hustle somebody into something. To force somebody to make a decision before they are ready or sure.
We girls always like the hustle and bustle of the marketplace during Christmas.
You should not be hustled out of your responsibilities. Seema, sit in one place. The train is no place for a young girl to go gallivanting about.
By the way, why are we going to the countryside?
Because your grandmother is exhausted by the hustle of city life. Hierarchy. A system, especially in a society or an organization in which people are organized into different levels of importance from highest to lowest. The group of people in control of a large organization or institution.
My dad works in quite high up in the management hierarchy.
We have a conflict of opinions within the ecclesiastical hierarchy on the issue.
She joined the management just 2 years back and quickly moved up the hierarchy.
Yeah, she has started getting many short trips around the world.
Lucky lady. Immutable.
That cannot be changed, that will never change.
The rules set by a principal should not be seen as immutable.
Almost everyone in the class agrees that our history is fixed and immutable. Something happened near the bridge.
The search and rescue teams have been mobilized in the area.
We need to understand, nothing in this world is immutable.
Intrepid.
Very brave, not afraid of danger or difficulties.
The intrepid players decided to do mountain climbing.
The travelers and sailors always prove themselves to be intrepid explorers. I am really satisfied with this intrepid action.
Yeah, it's true that mountain climbing is always exciting and at the same time dangerous also.
I also felt it interesting and healthy to be a mountaineer.
Ingratiate.
Ingratiate yourself with somebody to do things in order to make somebody like you, especially somebody who will be useful to you.
These businessmen were eager to ingratiate themselves with politicians.
The actress tried to ingratiate herself with the audience in hopes of getting more popularity. Her main purpose is to ingratiate herself with the teachers.
She does not need to behave like that, although most of the kids in this town seem to prefer it that way. Inundate.
To give or send somebody so many things that they cannot deal with them all. Inundate something. To cover an area of land with a large amount of water.
The manager is inundated with projects at this moment.
Many people lost their shelter in the flood and the village was inundated. The office administration has inundated with emails full of complaints.
Really, people who are working in civil administration are not performing as per guidelines.
I think they need some official training to handle the issues.
Indigenous.
Belonging to a particular place rather than coming to it from somewhere else.
Emperor penguins are indigenous in Antarctica.
Our country has its own indigenous cultural tradition, which we all love and respect. To stop the industrial expansion, the indigenous people rioted that area.
They are truly affected by the pollution created by the industries.
But industrial development increases employment too.
Indulge.
To allow yourself to have or do something that you like, especially something that is considered bad for you. Indulge something to satisfy a particular desire, interest, etc. To be too generous in allowing somebody to have or do whatever they like. Indulge something. To take part in an activity, especially one that is illegal.
He was free to indulge in daydreaming.
The job allowed him to indulge his passion for music.
A mother always liked to indulge her kids with gifts.
She returned to hometown so that she could indulge her passion for art.
Yeah, her college mounted an exhibition of oil paintings. Impair.
Impair something. To damage something or make something worse.
By cooking with the vegetables for a long time, we can impair the nutrition in them.
Sleeplessness can seriously impair our ability to drive. Do you know our friend is taking too much painkillers to get rid of his headache?
But these pills impair the normal body function and also affect his mental health.
Yes, he should go for some good consultation.
Irreproachable.
Free from fault and impossible to criticize.
A principal's conduct is irreproachable.
He can prove his irreproachable character only when the higher authority allows.
Even though my stuff is all the same, it still doesn't feel like home.
It is because you're missing your nanny extremely.
Yeah, her past behavior was irreproachable. Jargon.
Words or expressions that are used by a particular profession or group of people and are difficult for others to understand.
He uses too much technical jargons for normal conversations also.
The jargon in the teacher's speech is opaque to all students. The lawyer always uses obscure legal jargon.
You have to translate this legal jargon into plain English.
Right, only then I'll understand something.
Jollity.
Happy and cheerful activity or celebration. The quality of being cheerful.
It is another day of jollity in the rainforest.
She observed your prankest streak, an outburst of genuine jollity.
In the last festival, she looked at you with a kind of unrestrained jollity. She's going to join you in celebrating this festive season.
Perhaps a little money would make this festival easier for her to endure.
Jeopardy.
In a dangerous position or situation and likely to be lost or harmed.
Because of the economic crisis, a lot of jobs are in jeopardy.
The lives of thousands of fish are in jeopardy as a result of marine pollution.
See, dear, your mom had dozens of friends in the countryside where she grew up.
Because of the water crisis, thousands of lives are in jeopardy.
We should approach to some higher authority for the lives of these people. Jurisprudence.
The scientific study of law, a legal system.
He gave the highest contribution to sociological jurisprudence by sharing all his experiences.
By studying jurisprudence, we learn about legal philosophy. She wanted to become a lawyer, so she started reading a great deal on jurisprudence from high school.
Yeah, she has a passion to learn about human rights and judiciary system.
I hope all her dreams come true. After all, she is a very honest girl.
Kindred.
Your family and relatives. The fact of being related to another person.
Most of my kindred still live in Canada.
My brother and his friend, brought together by their kindred love of music.
He says, you're my kindred spirit who usually understands all the crazy things I do.
My dear little sis, I believe you are one of the exceptionally intelligent females.
Oh yeah, top students like us are always on the administration's radar. Knack.
A special skill or ability that you have naturally or can learn. Knack of doing something, a habit of doing something.
The girl has a knack of making money.
This management has an unhappy knack of slipping on wet floors.
It's hard for me to stop unless someone answers me or shuts me down because I have an unerring knack of asking questions.
But dear, I'm rather impressed with your keen instincts and your queries.
Kudos.
The praise and honor that goes with a particular achievement or position. Kudos. Special praise to somebody for something they have done.
Kudos to the manager for fixing the long-term issue with the complaint.
Kudos to her. She really deserves that recognition after all she has done.
This program is a total success.
Yeah. Kudos to Sophia for her hard work on tonight's program.
Yes, Sophia really did a lot. Lackluster.
Not interesting or exciting. Not bright. Not bright or shining.
Because of sleeplessness today morning, I felt tired and lackluster.
We need to use a herbal conditioner to revitalize lackluster hair. She has been blamed for her lackluster performance in the annual event of school.
I don't think that is true. Who in our tiny little school would want to blame her like this? Lax.
Not strict, severe, or careful enough about work. Rules or standards of behavior. Relaxed.
One of the reasons for crime in this area is lax security system.
The glass cup dropped off her lax hand onto the floor and broke. The manager shouted his